This video is a guide on how to complete Grammar 14. If you don't have a copy of Grammar 14 because you lost yours, it is up front where I usually keep the tape and the stapler directly under the smartboard. If you're working on this from home and you need to print a copy, it's located in Schoology under week 13 in the green Wednesday folder, and it's labeled Grammar 14 Worksheet. The first page is pretty simple. On the left-hand side, where I've highlighted the word mouse, you just have to indicate how one mouse gains possession of something, like it's the mouse's ball. So you would just say M-O-U-S-E apostrophe S. It's that singular mouse's ball. But if you have multiple mouse, which is known as mice, and they need possession of something, like the mice's treats, because they all have a treat, then you would just say M-I-C-E apostrophe S. We did this page in class together for most classes. The only exceptions, the only weird things for this one is things like girls, because you don't say all of the girls' had shoes on. You just say all of the girls' shoes. So it would actually be G-I-R-L-S apostrophe. The same is for boxes, countries, and you'll probably begin to notice that what they have in common is girls, boxes, countries, all end in S. For those particular words, you just put the apostrophe after the S. Remember, on this side, on the left-hand side, it's just adding an apostrophe S to these words. They're pretty simple, unless it's a word that ends in an S. The example we used once was the name Marcus. The name Marcus would just get the apostrophe after the last S in Marcus. He's a single person. There's only one Marcus, and you just put the apostrophe after so you don't say Marcus's is. The next page, which is 128, all you have to do is rephrase the sentence. So for the example, the cat belongs to the Davises, you just say the Davises cat, because there's all of the Davises, and then they have possession of the cat collectively, so you just put that apostrophe after Davises. Same thing goes for all of them. The capital of Kenya will become Kenya's capital. Well, there's only one Kenya, so you just say Kenya apostrophe S, just like you practiced up here. And if it's collective, because there's more than one, then you just add the apostrophe at the end of the S, like we did on this side. The second part is something I think we also had some time to work on, but we didn't complete in class. And a lot of people were asking the question, which one do we circle if it's something like a pronoun, like hers? Well, the thing about pronouns, such as Gwendolyn Brooks is a great poet, my favorite poems are hers. Well, something like this, hers is a built-in possessive pronoun, so you don't need an apostrophe. So when you've got a pronoun like hers, its, yours, theirs, his, those things are built in with the apostrophe. Even though it's not there, you don't need it. They're built in. They're already pre-equipped to show possession. Are these flower seeds yours or yours? Well, it's a pronoun, therefore it's built in and it already has possession. You just go through the same thing. If there's a pronoun, you select the correct one. Remember, its is a pronoun too. All right, on to the next page, and this is the last page I need to complete today, is using apostrophes in contractions and plurals. For this one, you just have to squish the word, and wherever you squish the words together and letters fall out, you need to replace them with the apostrophe. I think I told you the funny story of I like to think of things like I and am as like two trains crashing into each other, and when they crash into each other, the A part of am flies off, and that's what the apostrophe becomes. So I am becomes I'm with an apostrophe between the I and the M. Here's another example here. It is. Well, it and is are two trains that smashed into each other, and the apostrophe that flew off when they smashed is the I. So that's how I used to think about it. But just go through this list. Some of these are kind of unique ones, like 1998. 1998, nothing actually crashes into it, but 98 is the abbreviation for 1998, and you'd actually put apostrophe 98. There's nothing smashing into the 19 side of things, but that's kind of a unique one. We don't really do that very often because there's also 1898, 1798, there's the year 1098, so it's not typical to see that, and most people don't even do it anyway. But when you encounter this one, it's just apostrophe 98. The next and the last one we're going to do today is exercise B. And all you have to do is write the punctuation correctly for the italicized word. If it's correct, you put a C. Otherwise, you just need to identify how to punctuate it. You should avoid using too many so's in your writing. Who's going to the game on Friday? Well, whose, is it whose or is it who is going to the game on Friday? If it's who is going to the game on Friday, you need to rewrite it here with the apostrophe. If it's yes, I'll be happy, well, I'll means sick. Do they mean something else? Perhaps I will. Therefore, it should be yes, I apostrophe LL be happy to entertain Mrs. Jackson's twins. So go through and fix them. You can work with partners if the substitute thinks that you're being appropriate with your volume and the speed that you're working. You've got 20 minutes to complete it. Double check it with your partners because we're going to be going over each one either Thursday when I return or Friday, depending on how much time it takes us to finish our birch bark houses tomorrow.